allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcocha.
Here.
Councilman Dooley.
Here.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Here.
Councilwoman Nicholson. Here. Supervisor Calavita.
Here. Opportunity to address the board on specific agenda items. There being no one, we'll move forward to appointments. We have the appointment of a senior office assistant automated systems, and our controller is recommending the appointment of Diane Stroud of Eastchester to the position of senior office assistant automated system at our meeting tonight. Diane has successfully passed the civil service exam, and her name appears on the Westchester County Civil Server List 02416. If approved, her starting date will be August 8th, 2022, at an annual salary of $56,332, CSEA Grade 5, Step 6, Schedule 3. She will be required to serve a probationary period which will run not less than 12 weeks and not more than 52 weeks, and funds have been provided for in the 2022 budget. And what we're doing is we're just moving some people around within Town Hall, particularly in the law office and in the court. So, someone care to make a motion for Diane's appointment?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have the approval of the minutes of the July 7th Special Town Board meeting and the July 12th regular Town Board meeting. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have reports of departments, boards, and commissions. Police Department report, Chief Rodriguez. And we can receive and submit the July 2022 written report. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the Town Board. As everybody knows, the summer's coming to a close, so school is starting soon. We're able to come to an agreement with the Eastchester School District. We're going to provide an additional SRO who's going to cover the elementary schools primarily and also augment the SRO that is currently assigned there. They're going to remain at the high school, middle school, so we think that's a good step moving forward to provide extra security in the schools. We'll also be training the Eastchester school staff in emergency response to emergency situations. We're going to do that at the end of the month, myself along with Lieutenant Bernstein and Lieutenant Castellano. We're going to be holding an informal or an informational meeting with the Tuckahoe, Bronxville Police Departments, along with the 3 school districts, Eastchester, Tuckahoe, and Bronxville, to outline for parents what our shared response and our interagency training is, so they get a better idea of what steps we take and what steps the school district takes to keep all of our kids safe. We're sending 2 additional officers to the New York State Juvenile Officers Conference at the end of this month. They're going to be trained. One's going to advanced youth officer training, and one is going to SRO training. We've seen a significant decrease in the electric scooter operation by those under the age of 16 in town. This is good. I'm sure everybody's seen in the news there's been some serious and tragic accidents within the county in New York City regarding electric scooters. So we ask parents for their continued cooperation, and thank you for the ones who have been cooperating. And lastly, on August 6th, there was a fire at a business on Montgomery Avenue. Our officers, along with the fire department, responded. The first 2 responding officers, P.O. Tiso and P.O. John Park, arrived and assisted clearing out the building. They did a great job. All of our officers did a great job, and the fire department was able to put that out very quickly. And I just want to commend the officers who were involved. And nobody was seriously injured, and everybody, went home that day. So,
Right.
Anything further for the chief? Thank you, Chief.
all right, thanks.
Okay, Law Department report, Mr. Rader.
Yes, good evening. First, I have a resolution authorizing the supervisor of the town of Eastchester to execute the intermunicipal agreement with the village of Tuckahoe with respect to the sidewalk and curb replacement for 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye.
Okay, next, I have a resolution authorizing the supervisor of the town of Eastchester to execute the intermunicipal agreement with the village of Bronxville, the village of Tuckahoe, and the Eastchester and Tuckahoe Union Free School Districts with respect to street resurfacing for 2022.
Yeah, I'll make the motion on this. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Just so we are clear, by grouping our bids together and our needs together, we drive the price down per ton. So by pooling our requests, we make it cheaper for everybody. And obviously, everyone has to go through their cycle of paving, and nobody's different. The school district, the villages are all in the same boat. So this is an effort to keep the price as low as possible. Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcoccia?
Aye.
Councilman Dooley?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next, that brings us to the Highway Department report. Mr. Latella.
Good evening, Supervisor Calavita and members of the Town Board. I would like to report crews were assigned to trim and prune shrubs and trees in our parklets and our various areas of maintenance along the town right-of-ways. Crews also were assigned to weed and water our various flower planting locations. Our crews did a phenomenal job in making all these locations look great. We have completed work under our sidewalk and curb contract, and now we're scheduling our street resurfacing contract work, which will begin in the next few weeks. We ask our residents for their patience during the completion of this work. Also, the department continues to monitor and evaluate any improvements needed for water-related issues. Thank you, Supervisor Calavita, members of the Town Board. I have nothing further to report.
Thank you very much. It's been a long, hot summer. You're doing a great job. And I got to tell you, for members of the public of the home, a week does not go by when I don't get an email from somebody thanking the town board and my office for the efforts of Mr. Ruggiero or Mr. Latella. You guys are doing a great job. Everybody in the town is very pleased with your work. And, anytime something's going on, these guys are right on top of it, and they do an excellent job. So thank you very much for your efforts. It's been a long summer.
Rocco, I also heard that you did some work at Lake Isle, helping them out with some, I think it was some tree work over there or something like that.
Early in the season, we did close in the entrance of the Lake Isle
Yeah, I think that's
there.
great cooperation when you can help
Yeah.
out over
And
there.
any other thing that needed, we're always there to help.
Right, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we have the receiver of taxes report for the month of July. We can receive and file that, together with the clerk's reports for June and July of '22. Anything supplemental?
No.
Anything further? Okay. That moves us over to correspondence. We have a memorandum from the controller on the budget transfers and revisions. We have a bunch of small transfers here in various departments, and I think just one revision. So I'll make a motion to approve, same, and ask for a second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcoccia?
Aye.
Excuse me. Councilman Dooley?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next is a memo from the controller for part-time seasonal employees. You got a couple of extra lifeguards that we're going to backfill as kids go back to school. So I'll make a motion on this and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcoccia?
Aye.
Councilman Dooley?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next, we have a memo from the controller on audit services, and the town is responsible for conducting audits every year, and we use PKF O'Connor Davies LLP, and now we have a new agreement with them for the next 3 years, and the relationship is a good one. They are very familiar with the town and our process as us with them, I should say, and we have been able to reduce the fee for the next 3 years based upon our longstanding relationship with PKF. So for year 2022, it's $79,000, 2023, $79,000, 2024, $81,000, which is less than we're paying presently. So we appreciate Dawn making them sharpen their pencil and them coming in for a lower number. So I'll make a motion on this and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcoccia?
Aye.
Councilman Dooley?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye, and for the record, a lot of the larger firms, E&Y and Price Waterhouse and all, a lot of what they're doing is shipping the auditing duties out to India, to other countries to get done. They're doing it remotely, yet they're still asking for 10, 12, 15% increases. So I'm glad that we're able to secure this, particularly at this time, for a 3-year period, more importantly. Okay, next, I have a memorandum from the Superintendent of Highways regarding a contract award for the Highway Maintenance Garage Expansion Project, and Mr. Latella has asked us to basically award the sole bidder, Palladino Concrete Creations Corp. From Mount Vernon at the lump sum price of $716,400, and this is for the expansion of the garage in the highway yard. So rather than take down the garage and build a brand-new garage, we're just extending same, so all the vehicles can go in, everything can be covered, the guys that work there can work in a better environment and a safer environment. So with that being said, I would make the motion to approve the award to Palladino Concrete and ask for a second, please.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilman Markocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next is a memo from the Superintendent of Parks and Recreation regarding the CSC Case Management Services contract for the program year 22-23. And in essence, what we're doing is we'll be accepting $29,860 from the state NYS OFA, that's Office of, Senior Services and all. And then we will have a matching amount of $12,797. And that will all be for case management services. A lot of times, when seniors come in, we have to open up cases on them, and we do a lot of work, a lot of service, providing for all kinds of different needs. And, have a small department up there, so any additional funds are certainly appreciated. And the Office of the Aging does a good job. Anyway, with that being said, someone care to make a motion on this?
So moved.
All right,
Second?
thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Markocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, there's a memorandum from the Lake Isle General Manager regarding permission to go to bid on the Lake Isle Golf Course irrigation renovation. And, this has been a long, long time in the making. And if you ask any of the golfers, they all were lobbying very hard for this improvement. They feel that the most significant thing we can do to improve the quality of the golf course is put in a new irrigation system. The old system is, is leaking like a sieve. It's not computerized. It's just a mess, and it's so broken down and repaired. There's Band-Aids and duct tape all over it. The course is not being done, justice. So we committed to this about a year ago at our advisory board meeting. We went out. We retained a golf course architect and an engineer to lay out the specs and the planning. We brought in Steve Renzetti, who's a golf course consultant, to really lay out a thorough and complete comprehensive plan for renovating the irrigation system there. So this is the next iteration of that, is to go out to bid and see what prices we can get and make a determination thereafter. So with that being said, I want to thank George Papadimitriou and Steve Renzetti for all of their work in coordinating all of this, because it is quite a massive undertaking. So someone care to make a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilman Markocha.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. There being no miscellaneous business, you move to council member reports. Councilman Markocha.
Thank you, Supervisor. Just a couple things, speaking of Lake Isle. You can now take advantage of the early sign-up special for all current members and for all membership categories at Lake Isle. Join Lake Isle Country Club for the 2023 season between August 17th, tomorrow, and August 31st, and receive the 2022 rate. There are no guarantees. Rates will remain the same in 2023, so take advantage of this offer now. The membership office is open from Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., or you can call 961-3453 for additional information. And I also wanted to mention that the annual advisory board meeting will be held Wednesday, September 21st at 8 p.m. at Lake Isle for anyone that wants to partake in that. And I just want to wish everyone a good remainder of the summer. It's coming to a conclusion. As the police chief was saying, he's preparing to staff the schools again with student resource officers, and that's great. And so just relax the next few weeks, and before you know it, we'll be back in school. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilman Dooley.
No, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'm thrilled that we're a step closer on the new irrigation system. It's just amazing that with the weather we've been having lately, that the course is still alive. And kudos to the greenskeeper there. He's done a great job, keeping things going there. And the play's been fabulous up at Lake Isle. I'd also like to recognize Mary Sequina, who is working with the Ursuline School and the Hope Community Services, which is a community service organization which provides emergency food services, housing, and a full range of social services throughout southern Westchester. They put a program together, they're collecting cereal for the Ursuline Cereal Effect Project. And the cereal will be collected and given to needy families so that children don't have to go to school hungry, which hinders their learning. So it's a great effort. Donations can be dropped off at Town Hall starting August 19th and running through September 13th. Again, thanks to Mary and the Ursuline School for this effort. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nicholson?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. Just got this week at the Library News. Currently, the elevator is out of order, so be aware. But they are offering curbside service to all users. So if you'd like to borrow something, you can call 914-793-5055. There's a lot of events as they continue. Paint Your Masterpiece with Connie will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Seaside Adventures for Graphic Novel Club on Thursday at 3:30. And Crocheting with Faith is on Thursdays at 3:45, and there's much, much more. Also, this week we have early voting at the library from Saturday, it was started this past Saturday and goes on to Sunday, August 21st. Also to highlight Museum Pass Spotlight, the Museum of the City of New York. They have tickets available, unlimited free admission for 2 adults and up to 4 children. There's discounts at the museum shop and much, much more. So if you'd like to have more information, go to www.eastchesterlibrary.org. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Marcotte?
Thank you, Supervisor. Just 2 events I want to mention for the Eastchester Historical Society. Mark your calendars, and we certainly hope that everyone will want to join us for the September 24th event, which will be at the Leroy Gregory Post. And we will be hearing from our guest speaker, which will be Mark Twain, will be paying us a visit. And we will be honoring a very dear friend and lover of history and someone who contributes so much to the community, our very own town clerk, Linda Laird. So I hope you will join us in celebrating Linda and all that is historical. And the following day, on September 25th, we will be having our annual town-wide yard sale. And there are many spots have already been sold, but there are still some spots. All proceeds from that will go to the Historical Society. So we do hope that you will join us. It has been 2 years since we have had any major fundraising, so because of COVID and so forth. So we are looking forward to it, and it should be 2 great events. So that concludes my report. Thank you, Supervisor.
May we just add about the primary? We talked about early voting, but the primary is next Tuesday. Democrats only.
Correct.
No noms, no independents, no conservatives, no Republicans, Democrats only. Sorry, Supervisor.
It's okay, no problem.
Correct, yeah.
I cut you off.
Right, the early voting is countywide, and there's a 1 or 2, I think, Republican primaries up county, but
Oh,
not,
okay. But
not
not-
down
not
here, not
Eastchester.
here. And if you are eligible to vote in the primary, you can vote anywhere during the early voting, which goes up and through all day Sunday. There'll be no early voting on Monday, and then, of course, as Linda mentioned, the primary will be Tuesday. Now that concludes my report.
Thank you. My own report, I want to just echo Joe's comments for Mary Sanguina. There's a lot of cereal accumulating in the supervisor's office, and fortunately, there's no milk in the supervisor's office. Otherwise, there'd be a lot less cereal around. But we thank her for her project, and also I'm glad that the chief mentioned the scooters and young people not wearing students not wearing helmets when they're on scooters. It's a tragedy I was listening to the other night. A 4-year-old was killed. Yeah. He was on a scooter with his father. They hit a car. He flew off the car, hit his head on a curb, and died. I mean, just tragic. I mean, it's just senseless. So please, please, please be careful out there. And don't let your kids go unsupervised on these scooters going 40 miles an hour down White Plains Road or on the sidewalks. I know you think they're safe, but they're not. Okay, you got to just really be careful. Also, I just wanted to point one other thing out. A Got a couple of calls. Some people asked me about the Leewood Field, the Leewood Park, and what's going on, and, you know, they heard all these different stories and all this other stuff. So I spent about 20 minutes with each person, and lovely folks, and we talked about what we're doing at Leewood, so just so we're clear, and, you know, of course, we would hope people watch our meetings, but not everybody has the time to do that. But we, you know, we're going to be installing brand-new tennis courts over the existing courts, new fencing, new gates, shade, also pickleball courts, 4, possibly 6 pickleball courts, possibly a new basketball court, certainly redoing the old court and putting up a wall for throwing lacrosse balls and hitting tennis balls against. Also, new baseball diamond, new playground, new parking lot, new sidewalks, and new railing, and a little extra lighting in the parking lot area. So it's going to be quite a significant makeover for that field and those courts. And, you know, we're resolving to work everything out with Sport Time. They're making a contribution to the cost for the town, and the rest will be from one grant we have for $250,000 from Shelley Mayor's office, and the rest will be from our town government, or, you know, our borrowing. And it's quite a significant project. We're very excited about it. We're just waiting for a couple things to fall in place. We have to get a DEC clearance for freshwater drainage and all, and then we're going right into it. So it's going to be a significant undertaking. We're very excited about it. And that concludes my report, and that brings us to the second opportunity to address the board. There being no one, I guess, was someone going to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.